So the best way, so I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do this a little bit different. And then, all right. So the power behind the company, right, guys, is the products. So the idea of even having any success in this business is going to be building and utilizing and using the products, right? Regardless of what it is that you have, you're going to have to go out here and build and utilize and use these products. Now, I'm going to skip over all this stuff because we're going to go right to the nitty gritty real quick. Now, one of the biggest things that you want to really make emphasis on, guys, and take note, what separates this program from a crypto scam program is the fact that everything is automatically transferred into your crypto wallet. So whenever a bonus or a commission is earned, it's going to be transferred automatically. So that means that people don't have to sit around and request their money. They don't have to wait on it. And as you guys have seen, that you could be sitting there and all of a sudden you're getting a Bitcoin deposit that has been sent into your crypto wallet, right? Now, what I tell people, if you look at some of these other crypto scams that's been out, they don't do that. What they do is the other crypto scams will hold your money and then they'll tell you that you may have to get a 3%, 2% daily, and they use terms like compounding interest or arbitrage. If you hear them type of things coming from a program, guys, run, get away. Tell them, hey, I'm not interested. Stay away from them type of programs. Why? Because 99.9% of all them programs that have done or said things like that, going back to when I got into this industry, got into the crypto space in 2017, every single one of them has shut down. Every single one of them has taken people's money, right? And if you've earned money in them type of programs, you've only earned because you was lucky enough to get in at the right time and get your money out at the right time. So it's like a gamble with them type of programs. But here, all your money is going to always be secure in your own personal crypto wallet. Now, here's the part that I want to show you guys, and this is how you would really run up a bag. Now, how many of you guys understand how the matrix work versus how many people, well, let me just say this. How many people understand how this matrix works? Like, if you don't understand, let me know. And if you do, let me know. Like, if you don't understand how this matrix works, let me know, because this is the part right here. That's the most important part, because once you get it and understand how this matrix works, then everything else is going to be simple and easy. All right. So let's take a look real quick. Okay, Dorothy, I'm going to show you real quick. And everybody, this is right here is important. This is how you get your bread and butter. Now, whenever you open up a package, whenever you open up a matrix level, and you're going to have a brand new matrix that's going to have 6 spots on your matrix, right? So when I say 6 spots, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to have 6 spots, right? Now, I want you guys to understand that this first level, only 2 people can be on your first level. So it's a 2 by 2, and only 4 people can be on your second level. Now, these first 2 people can be people that you either A, personally sponsored, meaning they signed up under your link and they joined you. Okay. We're going to get 25% on anybody that lands on our first level. What's another way for somebody that understands the matrix? What's another way that your level 1 can be filled up? If anybody knows, just time in the chat or you can unmute. What's another way that your level 1 can be filled up? And if you don't know, then just let me know that you guys don't know. You can put it in the chat or you can take a look at the chat. Okay. Perfect. Like Pastor, of course, said spillover. Yep, that's right. Spillover. So spillover and personally. Now understand that your spillover, you can only get spillover on your level 1, guys. key note of that, right? So you join, and your level one can be filled up with people that you personally sponsor or spillover. Now, whenever you building out this opportunity, this is what I always tell people all the time. This is why you only want to get one account, right? I've seen people already in this opportunity already mess up their matrix by taking out multiple accounts, meaning they're coming in getting three accounts, meaning they're getting their position and two position. Well, if you went and put in three accounts and you put yourself in there three times, let's just say person one, person two, one, person two, two, whatever the case may be, but these first three accounts are yours, right? Somebody tell me, can they receive any spillover? Yes or no? You can unmute or you can put it in the chat. If somebody went and took three accounts and they opened up three accounts on their own, no, absolutely not, right? So not only did they hurt themselves, right? Not only did they hurt themselves because they took out the potential of, somebody like myself falling into their organization, right? That of course is bringing in new people, but they also just opened up three accounts for no reason. They spent extra money and they also hurt them. And of course, eventually they can hurt their sponsor as well, too, right? So now let's say they go out there and they finally put in somebody. Now, this person, let's say they sign this person up under this person because they're doing what's called stacking. That's something you don't want to do either, right? Everybody should be personally direct to you and you should have one account. But if they did three accounts, and then they put, let's say they put Shaq under, let's say put Shaq under Allen. And let's say Allen didn't want to work the business, right? And Shaq was building the business, right? Now, watch what happens then. If Shaq was building the business, they stacked them under Allen. Allen didn't want to build the business. Could Shaq ever pass up Allen? Somebody write that answer in the chat. Or unmute and give me the answer on that. Say that again. All right, guys. Back to the same question. Could Shaq ever pass up Allen if they're at the same matrix level? If, let's just say, this person signed this person, stacked them up under this person. Do anybody know the answer? If you don't know the answer, just type it in the chat that you don't know. Take a look at the chat. Okay. Thank you, Dorothy. So Dorothy says she don't know, and I'm glad she's being honest. So that means that the other 14 people, they know the answer. Let me see. Hold on. I think we got somebody else in the chat. Thank you, Marquise. Thank you, Stephanie. All right, perfect. So in this scenario, this person, Shaq, could never pass or go past Allen. So that means that this person will always be stuck up under this person right here. Now, this person that's a builder would never have the opportunity to be up on this person's level one. They'll be stuck under this person's level two. So they'll pop up right here. And then let's say they went down the cycle, they will pop right back up under this person. They would never be able to help this person out, or they would never be able to help this person. Sponsor would never make anything off of this person either. So that's what you call bad building, guys. And we don't want to have bad building in our organization. So I don't care what leader tell you anything, guys. Do not stack people and do not open up multiple accounts. And do not put people in that's not going to actually build your matrix, because you're only going to slow your matrix down. So let me show you how this will work in a normal scenario. Let's say you went out there and you personally sponsored anybody. This is why I say go wide. Because if you sponsored all these people, you're going to help your team anyway. So let's say you went out there and sponsored Alan, you sponsored Liz. Now you sponsor Shaq. Guess what? Shaq fell up under Alan anyway, because that's what a force matrix does. You went out there and sponsored Amy. Amy fell up under Alan. Guess what? Does Alan earn off of Shaq and Amy? Somebody give me the answer to that. Somebody tell me. So Alan didn't sponsor Shaq or Amy. Does he still earn? You guys can unmute or put it in the chat. Thank you, Brandon. Yes. So
Yes.
absolutely. So now think about that. So you didn't have to stack anybody up under Alan's link, right? All you have to do is go out there and just keep building your business. Now, what happens in this scenario, okay, if Shaq and Amy were building and Alan didn't decide to do anything, once Shaq's uh once Shaq cycles his matrix, he's gonna go all the way back and find the next open matrix spot, which can be right here up on the list. Or the same thing when Amy cycles her in this scenario, could follow right back up under the next available open spot and it pop up on the list, right? Now, let's just say hypothetically, in order for Alan to go out there and cycle, he might potentially have to put in some people. Now, it could be a perfect scenario that Shaq went out there and got two, and Amy went out there and got two, and it might cycle him without even putting anybody in. That can happen in this matrix, right? Spillover ain't guaranteed, but at least this person, Shaq, and this person, Amy, is not stuck up under somebody that they don't know, right? That's somebody that you may have placed them under, a dead account, a mother, a dog, a cat. Listen, guys, we want to be very, 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 very fair in this. So, in order to really go out here and be successful, you don't want to stack. You don't want to give people away. Just keep building your business and going wide. And as you're keep building your business and going wide, guess what? You're going to cycle, and then the people that are working, right? So now that you got a brand new matrix, the people that are working are going to cycle back to you. All right. So let's say Alan did work. He cycled his matrix. He popped right back up on your matrix. And in that case, if Shaq went out there and cycled, let's pretend Liz was Shaq, she would have popped right back up on your matrix, right? So now you're getting paid level one and your sponsor is getting paid level two because you went out there and you personally put in people and you didn't do that, right? So now let's talk about these matrices real quick. Because remember, guys, this is going to be a Q. It's going to be different. So you guys can ask all the questions that you guys want to ask on this one because I want to teach it to you guys, and then I'm going to show you what I've done, right, to make over $40,000 in a little over 4 weeks. Now, these are the matrix levels, guys. You $10 matrix, $25 matrix, $50, $100, 500, 1,000, 2,000, and 4,000. What's so important about the matrix levels, guys, is that you only have to come out of pocket one time. So your goal is to either try to get your first four matrix level open at first and try to talk to your prospects about coming in at the first four levels. The $100 level is $204. If you add them all up, it's going to come. What's the admin fee? It's going to come to about $204. At the $50 level, it's going to come to about like 90 something, 94, 95. Guys, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. If you know the exact number, then you can put it in there with the 10% admin fee. So it's like you got $100 or $200 to get started. The 25 and the 10 is kind of like, oh, let me just see what it does. So they'll just put their toe in and see whether or not they make anything or not. But here's the thing. I always tell people if you came in at the 100, then you open up these first four matrix, you don't have to come out of pocket again because there's no monthly admin fee, right? So you're not being billed. And then eventually you want to open up the next four as soon as you can. Now, some people can come in and they got the financial means, they can open up all four right off the bat. Is it beneficial for them? Absolutely. There's people that's open up all four that's earn tremendously, right? But I do believe the first 4 and 5 is a level that most people can get to. If they come in at the 1,500, then they're looking at about, I want to say maybe like close to $1,800, like $1,800 coming at the first 5. But all these levels are lucrative, right? And you only came out of pocket one time. So I'm going to skip over the $10 one, guys. You know that pays out $27.50, right? And that's where you're going to see out them $2 and $5 payments in people's back office. At the $25 level, of course, that's $6.25 and $12.50. That's why you see out them $6.25 levels in the back office, right? Now at the 50, that's where you see like $12.50 and $25 payments in your back office. And then I'm gonna break it down at the 100. Now at the 100, you're gonna get $25, which is also 25%. So when you think about it, the reason why it's very important to personally sponsor people because now you're gonna get either 25% or 50% of the matrix level that they come in on if you personally sponsor them, no matter what, no matter who you put in, you know, you're going to make 25% or 50% right off the top. So that means in a $100 matrix, you're going to make 25 or 50, right? And I still see the question in the chat. Okay. Somebody said, can you overcome if you did open two accounts? Now, what do you mean by that, Dorothy? A little bit more in details, and you could unmute yourself if you want to, but a little bit more in detail so I can, you know, better answer your question as well.
Yes. Yes. What I'm saying is I signed up under one person, and then someone that I knew as well sort of talked me into opening up another account, because that's the way they had done it all the time. And I did recruit two people for the other account. I have more on the one that I originally signed up on, um, like, all across the board. Two and then two, I think is what it is. So I have the six on that one. Just on the first level, haven't cycled out to the other, but I have opened up to the $100 all the way up for that. So I'm just trying to see, can I overcome, because I do have the two accounts, but
Right.
I'm not even passing out the like my affiliate link to the second account.
Okay. So here's a couple of things that you can do in this scenario. The two accounts that you put in on the other account, are they working the business?
No.
Okay, so it's a couple of different options. And you know, I'm straight transparent. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of a situation where like if the account that you went up to $100 is the account that you're going to work, then
Yes.
you need to work that account. Now,
Okay.
two people that you put in on the other account, that's a conversation. What level did you put them up to?
I sponsored them both for the $10 level.
So if it was me, I would say, hey, understand that I need to, you know, I explain the situation, you know, however you want to explain it. I will show on the wrong account. I need to get you on my main account, and I will cover. Like I'm saying, like if I was you, I will cover that $10 that they used to be on that account, and to put them on your account, that your main account that you've had first.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Okay.
In that way. And then what'll happen is, and that's why I don't, you know, it's kind of one of the situations where I don't know all the particulars behind it, but it's already one of those situations where it's bad advice, but it's also people not taking the matrix as serious as they should. And what I mean by this, some people's gonna get in this thing and they're gonna look at it like, oh, this is just some type of way to get some quick cash and dash, right? And it,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the way it came off with like the second one, because the person sort of actually begged me. I told them I had already signed on with someone else, and they was like, please, so it was like a get rich quick thing for them. It didn't benefit me at all. $5, okay, but it's like, okay. But with this first account, I actually have seen a little bit more money, and not even doing anything. It just happened. It's like people came up under, or whatever, just rolled over, however. So that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and sponsor them to this account that I'm actually working, and I'd rather just concentrate on that. That,
and that's what you
yeah,
and that's what you should do. And if you earn anything from the other account, just say, hey, great. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just to until it gets to the point where you know it's no longer earning, because you know at some point, guys, people can get spillover, but spillover only lasts for so long before it gets to the point that in order to keep moving, that they will have to start personally putting in people. And also understand, guys, it's like, you know, if you treat this like a true business, it's going to pay you like a business. But if you try to treat it like a get rich quick hobby, it's going to probably just pay you a little bit of pennies like a hobby. Because, you know, for somebody like myself, I'm teaching you guys how to go wide, how to only sponsor, you know, personally sponsor people, not to stack, and different things of that nature. Because if you guys understood, I did one similar program, very similar to this one, and in my first 60 days, I earned over $225,000. So it's kind of one of the things where I say like I kind of know how to build these things. This one right here, this one can go on for a very long time. The other company, they're still around, they're still in existence, but their matrix wasn't as lucrative as this one, and it wasn't as easy as this one to go out here and build, guys. Because in this one, you're getting paid on all the levels, and the other one, you only got paid on your level 3, right? Now, one of the things is that I would say is, let me take a look at this question real quick. So I said I have a couple of my children that I've signed up, but the Coinbase is connected to me at the carrier. How do I get them their own Coinbase wallet? So in order for somebody to get a Coinbase wallet, if they're your children, depending on their age, if they're under 18, then no, they're not going to be able to get a Coinbase wallet because you got to have 18 to be, to have Coinbase. If they're over 18, then they have to go and download Coinbase, go to the App Store, download Coinbase, and follow all the instructions on signing up and registering for Coinbase. If somebody was under 18, you already know that I've already said, like, hey, let's not put in people that can't or cannot build, right? Because it only slows down your matrix. Think about that. It only slows down your matrix. You want people that are actually building. But if it's somebody that don't have identification, because Coinbase is going to ask for KYC identification at some point, then of course people without identification need to set up a trust wallet. Trust wallet is very simple; it takes less than 2 minutes for people to set up, and they can get their trust wallet activated. For people that burn through their Coinbase, then they can set up their trust wallet. Or some people, I don't necessarily recommend it, but there's some people that are using Cash App to receive Bitcoin. I just think Cash App is just so flaky that they could just cancel your account at any given time. Um, Luckily, that anytime you need to change your wallet, that could just be a message or something sent over to support, and support can change your wallet as well too. So back to the matrix, guys. Let me take a look at real quick on the chat questions. All right, let's take a look real quick. Okay, somebody said, how long would it take for a cycle of a $50 package before you earn money if you don't have downlines? If you don't have downlines, then that means that you're only depending on other people's work, and there's no guarantee that you will get spillover, right? You may not get spillover. This is not a ROI program. This is not some program you could just put some money in and sit back and think that you're going to earn income from it. Now, there are situations where people that are sponsored by people that are working, remember, nobody's getting paid off for nobody's efforts. So if you are a part of this opportunity and you've earned spillover, that's because other people was out here working the business and you was able to get spillover off of other people's work. Now, the ideal situation is to at least get two people and teach them two people to get their two. That is the most simple way that people can have tremendous success, because the industry average is 2.5 people. Anybody can get 2.5 people, right? Now, also understanding it don't have to be overnight. The ideal scenario would be if two people went and got two people, right away, and then taught them two to get two and so forth. But it may not be that way. You may go out here and get 10 people. You may get 16 people. You may get 20 people, right? And out of them 20 people, 10 of them people might be able to go out there and get two. But the ideal of this opportunity is just to keep putting in brand new people. You're going to have that ability to do so, and off so many different ways to go out there and do it, right? So back to the matrix at hand, guys. So in this scenario, that 50% that you're getting second level is huge. So the 25% first level, 50% second level off whatever the matrix amount is. And then when you fill up all six, you're gonna get a cycle bonus of 25%, which is $25. You make $275 every time. Now understand this. Anytime somebody land, so in this scenario, Alan landed, that $25 is getting sent to your personal crypto wallet immediately. You don't have to finish out your matrix and cycle, and then you're going to see a $275 bonus. No, you're going to see the $25 bonus. It may be today. Then the next person may come tomorrow. And then 3 or 4 days later, you might see a $50 bonus that come in because people are starting to fill up on your second level, right? Maybe 2 or 3 days later, you might see another $50. That's how it works, right? It could go fast, but that's all depends on how fast you guys are building as a team or bringing in people. What I love about this opportunity is that even if people in your organization wasn't moving as fast as you could always go out there and sign somebody up to earn 25% or 50% of the matrix. Okay. Now the $500 level is the 125 on the first level, 250 on the second level, and $125. So now you've made 1375. And this is why I tell people at least come up to, if you can, the $500 level. So you see the big difference between earning 275 when it cycles versus going up and earning 1375. That's a huge gap, right? That's why you see people that are at this level earning significant amount of money, you know. So now I did see a question. Yes, so you could definitely have them use a different email address, right? So they can still use the same Bitcoin wallet to receive Bitcoin, but they need to have a different email address. And of course, they're gonna have to come up with a different username, right? So that's the downside. But at this $500 level, that's a huge jump up between 275 and 1375 if you really want to get serious about making money, right? Now, the next level up from there is $1,000. When you get to that $1,000, now you're getting $250 payments or $500 payments whenever somebody lands in your matrix. That's another huge upside. Now you're at $2,750, right? At the $2,000 level, guys, when you get there, now you're getting $500 payments or $1,000 payments, right? So now when you cycle that, you're at $5,500. And at the 4,000, understanding you're either getting $1,000 payments or $2,000 payments when anybody lands in that matrix, right? So now when you cycle that, you earn $11,000 each time. Now you cycle through each matrix, you cycle through each matrix one time, you would earn over 21,000, but every matrix pays you different amounts. So you could be getting payments out of your $50 matrix. At the same time, you're getting payments from your $500 matrix. At the same time, getting payments from your $10, your 25, your 4,000, and so forth. Like, do everybody understand that each matrix pays you out differently, different amounts, where you could be seeing different amounts coming into your crypto wallet? Let me take a look at the chat. Good job. So yeah, definitely, Dorothy. Everybody else get that as well too? I know Dorothy get it. She said yes. So everybody understands how that works, right? Perfect, 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 perfect. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. So that right there, what makes this extremely lucrative. Okay. Now I'm going to show you some things real quick. And it's one thing that I want people to really understand, that we have real products, real earnings, real people earning Bitcoin, right? It's not one of them sketchy programs, a 2x2. So we talked about what level that you started with, right? Now, I'm going to say this real quick. Let me just do this and then I'm going to open it up because I want you guys to really learn this, right? So, of course, we're building all over the world. It's international. So to answer people's questions, if they got people in other countries, they can sign up and join, right? Then, of course, guys, I've always done the Wizard of Oz thing as well. I'm not going to go over it today because it's just training. But just let people know when they join us and sign up, just understanding that they're becoming a part of an all-star team, right? So let me show you this real quick. So these are our products, but I'm going to just show you firsthand so you guys can see it, right? So you're seeing, Bitcoin today is the 13th. So you see the payments coming in. So far, I've earned $41,245, right? And so I could come here and click in my commission history, and I could see like $500 payments, 13, $125 payments, but also know these little $5 and $2 payments, right? I can see these payments, the $5 payments. These are payments that's coming in, $12, 50% payments. Remember I said we get paid on each matrix level, but a lot of the little payments, it adds up big time, right? So when I first got in, so to show you guys, when I first got in, I made $10, 25, 50, $100, $500, $1,000, 2,000, and 4,000. I knew, but this is me. I was financially able to open up all of them. But if you notice, I'm getting like $2.50 payments, $6 payments, $5 payments, $12.50 payments. I'm getting them little payments here and there. And then all of a sudden I get the 25 and 100. And understand, if I'm not on them higher matrix level, I can't get $125 payment if I'm only up to the $100 matrix. All right. I get the $25 payment on a $100 matrix. Or if I'm just at the $10 matrix, I can't get a $25 payment if I'm only on a $10 matrix. So when I see people out here that want to get to the higher levels, they got to get to the higher levels. So the $250 matrix payments, right? I could not get that if I was only at the $100 matrix level. So you can see the 25, the 10, the $5 payments, and then all of a sudden, You start seeing $1,000 payments. If I was just at the $500 matrix, I couldn't get these $1,000 payments, right? And then you start to see it's built $2,000 payments. If I was just at the $1,000, I couldn't get the $2,000 payments. So you guys kind of understand and see the logistics of that, right? So what I want to do is I want to show you something. And this is why I say I went wide. So 93 people that are personally enrolled on my link. 56 of them are still sitting in free accounts. If I could convert them over to there, I mean, understand there'd be 56 people coming in at either the $10, 25, 50, 100, 500 up to the matrix lead levels, right? So take a look at the chat real quick. Now, before I go any further, and then like I told you guys, you can see this stuff pending, June 13th in my this is my personal Coinbase, guys. This is the same Coinbase that everybody has. So I come down and I can see all these little payments that adds up and as they grow and build. So all these little payments have added up to, over $41,000 in 4 weeks. So real quick, guys, what questions does anybody have? Because this is training. I want you guys to really understand and really get this before I move on, because we're just going to make this into training, because I want everybody to get into these higher numbers in this opportunity. So what questions? Okay, go ahead, Pastor Corey.
Thank you for a phenomenal training. This is one of the best trainings I've ever seen on a comp plan breakdown. And I thank you for your time on a Saturday and your leadership. The question that I have is, for those of us that are the NFL, you know what that means.
No friends left. Is no friends left, or you go out for long? Which one?
No friends left. Right. And then for those who may not actually have an existing network, what do you suggest that we start at or start at again? And what level of daily activity and things would you suggest that we do?
Okay, I'm glad you said that, man. I'm glad you said that. A lot of times people look at me and they'll say, man, Alan, you got a network of people. Part of that is true, but just because I have a network, it doesn't mean that my network follow me over here, right? If I was to show you my other company, and the people that were my top people in my last are not the top people in this one. In fact, a lot of people in my last opportunity that even when the person that got me into this type of opportunity, they're not even over here, right? So here's what you do. We got systems and funnels that we're developing to make it a lot easier for you guys, right? That way, when you guys are joining up and joining our team, you're going to get a funnel. You're going to get these things that you can share to better share with people. Now, social media allows you to post, and because you're posting on social media, allows you to reach an endless supply of people that are looking for this opportunity, right? Then it also goes with your approach on who you're looking for to join the opportunity. If somebody's joining the opportunity here, they're joining for a couple of reasons. Either A, they're money driven and they want to go out there and earn some additional income, by earning Bitcoin, right? Or B, they want to use the products. So how do they use the products, right? They come into the credit shop. Once they're in the credit shop, they can pick and choose the product and they access the products, right? Once they access the products, it's going to open the DH media. Now, this is something that people can build because most people have something that they're doing full time. Understand that we have more access to our competitors. Guys, if y'all was part of the previous company I haven't named, you would know that you didn't have all this access, right? So I want to point that out as well too. So somebody could come here and they can build out their pages, right? They can utilize AI services if they're a real estate agent. So now you want to switch up and change up the business proposition, right? Because if I'm going out here talking to somebody that may be in real estate or insurance, I know 9 times out of 10, they have a team. So that means that not only will they want to sign up and get this for their team, and then they set up their marketing on their social media, but they 200 reps or they 50 reps or their 1,000 reps may want to do the same thing. And then if you tell them they can earn a little bit off of them as they setting up and hooking up their services, that's a huge way to approach. There are several groups on Facebook, and I've seen a lot of groups that are dead, but I've also seen a lot of groups that people are genuinely interested in what they have to offer. Look for real estate groups to go in there and be like, hey, what if, who all use systems, who all use lead capture pages? What if you could have these products for, under, let's just say $50. So whatever the case, whatever you want to go out there and build it, But also, it's nothing wrong with inboxing a few people that you know on social media and say, hey, how's it going? I'm just networking. I have an amazing opportunity that I would like to share with you. It's helping people grow their existing business. I see that you're a part of, let me just say, pharmacy. And, if I could show you how you can go out there and use tools and automations to grow your business, would that be something that interests you? People be like, absolutely. Hey, are you looking for ways to create some extra income? Absolutely. And so that's how you really go out there and build this thing, because I'm jumped in a lot of people's inboxes, that I don't know, but I'm offering them something of value. See, I don't mind people jumping into my inbox as long as what they're sharing with me is something of value. Let's say somebody already designed, they say, Al, I already got my marketing suite and I'm a web builder. That's what I do for a living. I got clients I go out here and I build for. Great. This is perfect for you. How's it perfect for me? You're in direct competition. No, we're not, because here in our company, we have over 12,000 people that signed up that have access to these tools that want to go out here and build their services. But the company can't build these sites out for everybody. So there are going to be people that they're needing to acquire these skills. I could either send these people to Fiverr and have them go find somebody randomly, or you could join over here and then you could offer your services on building it out. So not only does it give you a way to be able to earn, plus with your clients, you can have them come over here and buy the products for way cheaper, and you can still charge them to build it out for you. Why? Because the thing that we offer here is the tools. So even if somebody's designing sites, the person will still have to go out there and purchase tools. They would have to purchase the landing page and all this other stuff. Even though it's going to get built out by the person that's designing it, it still has to be purchased. So for the people that get it, it's going to be a no-brainer for them, because it gives them a capability to have access to thousands of potential people that they can go out here and build their site and build their funnel. So for example, if I was to ask you right now, Pastor, do you know how to utilize these services and tools back here?
I was just discussing that. Somewhat I do,
Mhm.
because I did a little inside of a similar program that costs about $300 to $500 a month. Yeah.
Exactly. So $300 to $500 a month versus what you're paying over here. Guys, you would not have to pay for any of the products that you got access for. You would not have to pay for them just working your business. So like Pastor said, at the end of the day, guys, people are purchasing tools. I can tell you what you see right here in front of you will cost somebody over $500 a month if they went out there and got it on their own. And that $500 a month just get them access to the same tools that you got access to for pennies on the dollar, right? Now, unless they just know how to use the tools, they're going to have to find somebody or hire somebody to build it out for them. Now, I always believe in, hey, you got to be bad before you're good, and you got to be good before you're great, right? So what I would do is I would go out there and just personally, try to build me a site on my own. I've done it, and I've learned how to get pretty good at building out websites, at building out funnels, and things of that nature, right? Because these are the tools that we have access to. These are the things that we can go out here and easily build, right? And easily go out here and grow this opportunity with the products that we're using. So even if you have a main business that you're doing, utilize these tools to build you up a page or a funnel for your main business, whether if it's Forex, whether if it's health and wellness, whether if it was travel, whatever your business is, you need tools to be able to go out here and build and grow your business. Now, I did read in the chat where I think, Dorothy, you asked, is it good to have people sign up on a free account? Absolutely. Anybody that signs up, like, hey, just sign up on this free account so you kind of look around in the back office. One, I want to capture, think about this. I want to capture my lead in some way, form, or fashion, right? Because let's face it, people out here, there, as you already seen, Dorothy, you've been in the business and people try to get you to re-sign up, right? But you want to go ahead and capture them in. Then from there, you can utilize and kind of show them what the company can do for them as well. And so also figuring out your target audience as well. So you want to figure out your target audience. If somebody's coming about the money, then hey, they may not be interested in the products, but you do want to let them know that it's there, that they can come up here and easily put in, tests, um, website, you know, they can easily show them how easily you can come out here and, you know, I could do a YouTube video, right? Or I could do custom emblem. Like it's so many different ways that you can go out here and build just in this area, right? So I can come here and I can select the video, and then I got one right here. I could put it in there, and then I can change the thumbnail if I want to put it in here. I could put like a coffee logo right there, and then I could just save it, right? And it's so easy. So if I save it, I can preview it. I can hook it to GoDaddy. I can hook it up to Anos. And now all of a sudden, this is the best instant coffee I've ever had in my life. That's our site, right? And for people that want to click on it, you can actually click on that site and it will take you to exactly what you're seeing here on a page. It's real easy for people to come in. There's unlimited sites and funnels and things that you can build right here using the tools and services, right? So with that said, guys, what other questions you got? Because I wanted, like I said, this is a training. This is an open forum for you guys to ask any questions that you guys may have. Did anybody also click that link to see if it's working for you? That you see what I just went ahead and did? Because that's an actual live link. Absolutely. I see your hands, Corey. All right, guys. What other questions do you guys have for me real quick on this quick training? Because like I said, I want to get you guys in. I want to get you to the point where we're not always doing necessarily overview Zooms, but we also doing training. And then that way we can also get prospects, on as well too. Yep. See, Stephanie, the link works. Right. So this could be anything, guys. I don't care if you have, this could be this right here can be your landing page, something as simple. This could be a video to the company, right? You can link it to your YouTube video. You can say, hey, yes, I want to know more information. And this can link directly to your Salarium site. It's easy to go in there and edit this type of stuff, So you guys can go in there and edit it, Hey, link to join. And then it says, where do I want this link to go to, right? I can come down here and then I can also choose what I want this thing to do. So I got a button, link to join, and let me get it set up. And then the action. So I say website, and let's just say I wanted it to go to my link, which is his Bitcoin, right? So now I can save this. Like I was saying, you guys can create your own quick little funnels. I mean, you pay for the product, so it's like, why not use them? So now it says link to join, and then when I click on the link, guess what happens? Boom. And it took me to the Salarium site where I can register, and somebody can click on there, and boom, there's my username. Boom, boom, boom. Somebody can go out there and register. That quick, that simple, right? So that's what we have in front of us. That's our tools. All right, guys. What other questions do you guys have for me? Why you got me? And like I said, we'll get more people on because we got to get really good at teaching this, guys. I promise you, if we get really good at learning and teaching what we have, man, we are going to explode. And man, people are going to make the most money they done made in a single year in their life. All right.
I just want to ask, this is Dorothy. Is it possible to get this training, recorded training?
I record everything. I'll upload it again. This is just kind of like, this is a little training. I mean, there's no structure in it, but if you want this recording, I'll get it to you. It's not a problem.
Thank you, because I would love to just walk through what you just did. I just can't see it that good on my phone. So I just want to be able to walk through it. I'm a more hands-on learner because I just need to know.
Absolutely. And I start doing some like the bare basics. Trust me, I'm not as skilled as people like Lorena and some others. They're skilled to cook up pipelines and all that other stuff. Listen, I can get you started, right? And that for me getting, being bad before I'm good and good before I'm great, So definitely. Rose, I see your hand raised. I think that's Rose.
Yeah. My fancy way of saying Rose.
Okay.
Thank you. I on the deposits we get, the income. I have mine being held in there so I could use it to move to the next level. Do you think? I mean, because it's not moving that. I mean, it's moving, but not. I'm up to the $100. I want to get to the $500. So I think I got like 182 in there right now. But would you recommend that, or just it's better just have it just come out to your?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my first one is gonna be my honest answer, right? So my honest answer is one of the ways that you build this business and you get, you move quick is you get to positions quicker than everybody else, right? So for example, if I was late to get to the higher levels of the matrix, that means that somebody beat me to that higher level, right? So what happens is, for example, let's say hypothetically, I'm gonna show you. See. So let me show you. So right now, in order to okay, here you go. I earned a $500 bonus, right? Let's pull up the matrix. Can somebody tell me how did I earn a $500 bonus today? Can anybody tell me? Unmute yourself and tell me how I earned a $500 bonus.
You had somebody on your bottom level in the, was it the $100? No, the $500.
You close though.
Did you complete your $500 cycle and you got a cycle bonus and cycle and bonus credits?
Nope.
That would have been separated. It would have showed them all different. So you talking about the one 500 was you on the $1,000 level and somebody on your second level of your $1,000.
Got it. Bingo. Guys, did you guys hear that? All right. I got this $500 bonus because somebody landed on my second level of my $1,000 matrix, right? Because if they landed on my first level, how much I would have made? You got me, you guys.
250.
250, right?
Right.
Let's take a look at let's go back to what Rose said. And I said you should get there first, right? So let's say Rose, let's say you was Alan, right? And you got there first and you landed on my level 1, right? Now, when I got that $500 payment, right? Because you was there first, even though you haven't personally sponsored anybody, how much would Rose have made, guys?
$250.
$250. There you go. You would earn $250. That's why it's important. Or what if this was my second person that I got a $500 payment from? Because it doesn't specify whether that was my first or second. Rose would have made what?
$250.
Another $250. So Rose would have already made $500, right? Off of just coming to the $1,000 level by positioning herself first. Even though spillover is not guaranteed, right? Let's just say these matrices are cycling. So matrices are cycling all the time as we see, right? So that's why I tell people it's really important to get to the highest levels that you can as quickly as you possibly can, right? Now, when Rose go to put her first person in the business, is this scenario right here, the first person she finally get a chance to put in the business, how much is she going to make?
$250.
500. Nope. There you go. 500. So now she pretty much broke even already. But understand, this is a long-term game. So having this $1,000 matrix is you're going to be working this business 3 months, 6 months, a year from now, you be to cycle this $1,000 matrix 10, 15, 20 times. That's the reality to go out there and earn 2,750. Let me show you guys. In my dashboard, I have completed 123. What are the odds? 1, 2, 3. I've completed 123 cycles. And we're just getting started. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so if you notice, guys, and I want you guys to have the right mindset, where else can you go out here and make a certain amount of money a day? Like on the 13th, that's 625 today. 2 payments, 625. Where else can I go out there and do that and get paid the same day? I can't do it in any other marketing or affiliate or network marketing or employment or job or anything outside of that. without me doing any physical labor, no pun intended, or doing anything other than this came from what? The Matrix. I don't know a Kevin 300K, but I love the fact that he want to make 300K, right? He's not one of my personals. So that's what I'm getting you guys. And he probably, if I look at it, I'm pretty sure he's somebody that was signed up under somebody else that did not activate up to the $1,000 level. And this person passed them up and it landed to the next available person that did have the $1,000 level matrix. All right. What other question do you guys have? Like, now's the time to ask any question that you guys might have. Anything anybody want to add, or anything that if anybody don't understand anything, let me know so way I can just really show you guys and show you how quick and easy it is to, really get going in this opportunity.
So, Alan, let me ask this. So,
Sure.
Just like Kevin now, if his person that signed him up had been at the $1,000 level, they would have got the 500.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but since his person that signed him up, it just falls to anybody, or would it fall up under, or would it be that you're somehow in that level, like not the level, but in their stream with the person connected
Nope.
some kind of way? No?
Absolutely, yes and no, right? So yes, 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 and yes. So let me show you so you guys can understand this. So let's say the $500 level, right? So let's take a look. Let's say the Priya was at the $500 level, right? So understanding anybody below her on down, right? Or whoever her sponsor is, right?
Okay.
So when she opened up the $500 matrix, she landed on what? Typically either her sponsor's matrix or whoever had the next available 500. So she landed somewhere, okay? Now, in her organization or in organizations below her, right? Even if it was the person that was her sponsor, right? Had somebody that go to the $500 level, as it's traveling up and looking for the next available $500 spot, it can be right here on her level. And Alan can follow. She may not know who Alan is. He could be several levels below. It doesn't matter. It's going to find the next available spot, right? So let's do the math. Let's switch it up a little bit. All right. Let's say hypothetically, let's say the Priya and she signed up me and signed up Liz, and then somebody deep in the organization, right, went up and landed to the $500 level. Now it's going to bypass everybody, and now it just landed up under Alan because that was the next available open $500 spot that they could have went to. And so Alan, in this scenario, he don't know who Shaq is, but he just earned $125 off of Shaq, and the Priya just earned $250 because it landed on her level 2. So it's going to always seek out the next available open spot on the matrix. If the person that sponsored them in don't have it, it's going to keep going up. And as it keeps traveling up and up and up, it's going to find who has that level. So just to give you more of an idea, on the $4,000 matrix, it's not a lot of people that have the $4,000 matrix. So the first person that opened up the $4,000 matrix, let's say let me go to the 4,000 so the visual will be there. Let's say in the entire company, right? Let's say Priya was the first one to open up the 4,000. So congratulations, she has the $4,000 matrix, right? Now it's 1,000 people in the company, but she's the first one to open up the $4,000 matrix, right? If it's 1,000 people in the company and she's the only one to open up the $4,000 matrix, and then Alan decided to open up the $4,000 matrix, and he could be way in another country somewhere up under somebody else's thing, nowhere connected to her technically in any form or fashion, where's that person going to go?
Under her.
Under her. Why?
Because she's the only one with it open.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. So the next person somewhere else in the company that you don't even know, never heard of, they open up their $4,000 matrix. Where's it going to go?
Under her again.
And then which spot?
On the what, right side?
Right. Next available open spot, right? So now 3 people in the company got the $4,000 matrix open. The company's at 2,000 people in the company. So one of them people decide, I'm going to open up to the $4,000 matrix. Where are they going to go?
Under Allen.
Exactly. You got it. And so forth, and so forth, and so forth. And that's how it builds out as this thing grows. So that's why I knew, just from being a part of what I knew before, I needed to hurry up and open up the highest levels possible. And I went out there and made sure to open up to the 4,000 because I was not going to miss any potential Bitcoin that was going to be being passed up, by people that did not open the $4,000 level yet. And there are a ton of people in this opportunity that will open up the $4,000 matrix level. So guess what? In the future, we're going to be getting payments, maybe even more payments of people we don't know that's opening up the $4,000 matrix level later on, right? And trust me, I've seen people already that has opened up the 1,000, 2,000, 4,000, and their sponsor hasn't done it yet. And yes, but the beautiful thing is, even though you might get passed up and somebody might do it before you, once you open up their matrix level yourself, then whenever they do cycle, they will cycle back to you. So you can just keep that in mind and understand they will cycle and eventually cycle back to you. But in the meantime, between time, yeah, you missed out on some Bitcoin payments. But like I said, this is some long term, not short term. So it'll all come back to you guys as well too. All right. What other questions do you guys have?
Hey, Alan, it's Susan Thomas, Naples, Florida. Your the explanation that you're actually giving right now was kind of what I was going to ask you. Based on us being still in our soft launch, I think we're probably at about like 13,000 or 12,000 people. Is there any way for the company to decipher how many people are at that $4,000 level and who's at the 2,000 level?
Yeah, they know.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Trust me. It was a question I was talking to Steve about, about as well. So trust me, it's I'm gonna say this: it's not a lot of people at the $4,000 level, so it's still open for a lot of people to get there first, right?
Yeah.
It's more people at the 2,000, and of course, it's quite a few people at the 1,000, and then more people at the 500, and so forth. But that's because of everybody's different financial, level. Now, for me personally, and this goes back to the original question at hand, so I want to make sure I answer the original question where this derived from. The question was, should I wait to build up enough money in my wallet, letting the company hold my funds to use that fund in order to activate my $500 matrix? And my original answer to her was no, I wouldn't wait to open up any matrix level if I have it. Yes, it's good to come out of pocket one time and work your way throughout the entire matrices. That's great. And understanding we have that ability to do so. But if you're looking at it from a timing and equity position of wanting to get that matrix open first before others, then you want to go ahead and if you're financially able to, open up as many matrices as you can financially. So if your financial level is only to the $100, hey, by all means, get to the $100 matrix. If your financial level is to the 500, get to the 500. If it's the 1,000, get to the 1,000. If it's to open them all up, open them all up, right? Because at the end of the day, people are going to be landing on these matrices anyway. So if you take a look at my earnings, right, of 41,000, if I didn't have the $4,000 matrix or the $2,000 matrix or the $1,000 matrix or the 500, and I only opened up into the $100 matrix and I was comfortable there, I would not have earned $41,000. I probably would only be sitting at maybe about 12,000, maybe $10,000, right? That's it. It might be less than that. I don't know. But I wasn't going to sit around and find out because I made this mistake in a previous company that was very similar where I missed out over $20,000 because I was only sitting at up to the $100 level because I didn't know. But now that I know, there's nothing wrong with not knowing. You know, you can be ignorant and just not know. I was ignorant, right? But at the same time, don't stay in the same position once you know. Like once you know, then it's a different story. You do what you need to do in order to build this, especially if you believe in it, because there's a belief level as well as the financial level to be able to join. Because I see people and I talk to people all the time, and some people might be like, "Oh, I shouldn't have went up to that level just yet." I can assure you that if you joined a traditional MLM, even though we're an affiliate base, I've seen people put in $1,200 in affiliate MLM companies, $1,500, $3,000 in MLM companies, and get charged a monthly fee and don't make no money. Literally, don't make anything. Right here in this opportunity, it's something where you can go out there and at least earn daily. I've seen people go out there and build teams of hundreds of people and still don't earn anything in that MLM company. They residual check come around and then maybe two or three, couple of $100, right? So I'm just saying that this right here, when I tell you it's the greatest opportunity that you go out there and somebody can pay their rent same day, we have it here. So just wanted to just throw that out there. All right, Pastor, I see your hand raised.
Okay, so great teaching. So it's my understanding that spillover only happens on the first level, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so does that mean that if a person's, let's just say that both their spots on that first level was filled by spillover, but they don't work the business, does that actually mean that their matrix stalls there?
It depends. So I want you to take a look at this. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So looking at going off what you said, looking at the screen right here, could their matrix stall at this level right here? And the answer is yes. So what in this scenario, what would cause this person's matrix to start moving again?
Alan or Liz would have to sponsor someone.
Okay.
Or Alan or Liz or well, technically Alan or Liz could still get spillover.
There you go. So
Okay.
all right, now here's the first thought. I want this to come in mind first because I want you to come in mind. So I want you to go back. I want you to look at this screen and I want you to give me the best scenario on cycling this matrix.
Alan or Liz goes to work.
No. Give me the best scenario. So let me do it like this. Whose matrix?
Okay. This it belongs to Dupree.
Okay. So with that being said, who's the best person in cycling this matrix?
That would be Dupree.
Exactly. And how would she cycle her matrix?
Okay, so question then, if Dupree now sponsors someone else directly, would that person fall on her level 2? Or would
Absolutely.
that be okay?
How,
All right.
that's
All
how
right.
it
I
gets
got
spilled.
it.
So that's why we say we don't wait on spillover, right? So
Yes.
we don't wait on spillover and we don't wait on anything because let me show you what happens. If Depria never sponsored anybody and she was just waiting on spillover, then once that level 1 is filled, right? Then in order for her to move, she will have to be depending on Alan and Liz to go out there and personally sponsor people, right? Otherwise, nothing would happen. Remember I said, nobody's earning anything off of not doing something. She will be waiting on Liz and Alan to do something, right? Okay. Somebody doing something in order to move it. But we don't want to do that, right? We don't want to depend on others. So let's say she went out there and put in the next 4 people, or she could have put in one person and then Alan put in one person and so forth and so forth. Now, here's another thing. This is why it's so important, guys, to go out here and teach duplication and build it. So if the Priya did have 2 people fill up on her level 1, but let's say hypothetically, she personally sponsored, I'm gonna say 4 people, and them 4 people cycled her, and them 4 people work in a business. I'm gonna see if I can throw y'all for a loop. What would happen if all 4 people that she personally put in that was not on this matrix, not on her new matrix, when they cycled their matrix, what would happen?
Wouldn't they fall back up under her?
Absolutely. So she sponsored Shaq in the previous matrix. He cycled, he came back. Amy cycled, she came back. Lorena cycled, she came back. Juan cycled, he came back. And then what happens to this matrix now?
It's completed, right? And it recycles.
And it recycles. So she got a brand new matrix. That's why it's important that you personally sponsor people as well, because when they cycle, they will follow you and land on your next available open spot on your new matrix, right? Now, I tell people all the time, don't wait on spillover. I don't even like teaching spillover, but I got to teach you guys that it is possible to get spillover, because if you teach spillover, you'll be looking at others to do the work. That's why I want to change the mindset. Every matrix is your responsibility to go out there and fill. I'm not waiting on anybody to go out here and fill my matrices. I'm putting in or looking for brand new people. What happens is, as I'm putting in new people, right? Guess what? Yes, Alan's going to benefit from my new person or whatever. It may benefit from my other new person, but I'm also teaching my new people to go out there and get two new people themselves as well too, right? And so if somebody was teaching Alan to do the same thing, he's creating spillover. Now these matrices are starting to fill up really, really fast. And they're just people just popping in out of every which way, back to you, spillover, next to you, all the above, if people are out there putting in work. And that's why it becomes a team effort, right? Let me take the chat. All right, so the higher you go, the more opportunities to earn. Absolutely. That's going to be quick, you know? Got it, Dorothy, you're absolutely right. The best way to cycle is recruit 6 builders. Absolutely, you definitely want to recruit builders as well. If you want to if I want to upgrade, should I need to invite new people or stay so I can receive money? Upgrading has nothing to do with recruiting new people. Upgrading is putting yourself in the best position that you possibly can as you're bringing in people per se, right? You want to be at the highest levels. You get more credits to do more things. And in addition to that, people are working this matrix as on all levels. Guys, you've seen $2,000 payments. Them $2,000 payments come from what level of the matrix, guys? Somebody tell me, what does $2,000 payments come from? What level in what matrix?
4,000.
$4,000.
Yep, that's the matrix. And what level?
Level 1.
Nope.
2.
2. There you go. Level 2. So that means there's people already down off in the level 2 of $4,000 matrix. So I just wanted you guys, we got people at all levels of the matrix, and people even asking about the $10,000 matrix. So there's people coming in at different matrix levels at all times, and you don't know what level somebody may come into. So I always put it out there. You might be surprised. You may think somebody you enroll, they may only come to the 100, but they go out there and all of a sudden they look at this opportunity and like, shoot, I'm coming in at all the matrix level and I'm going to go out there and work my business. And I know if I cycle all my matrix level at least one time, I'm going to make 21,000. So it took me 8,000 and some change to open up this matrix. And I know that I'm gonna go out there and work and get this all my matrix levels cycled through at least once. Then I earn 21,000. If you take 21,000, subtract the 8, I mean that's 13,000. I don't like to use like profits because I don't want people thinking it's an investment. But you guys get where I'm coming from. Is that making sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's what I want you guys to get into the mindset of. Just go ahead and up to the levels. The reason why we get paid so fast, guys, is because people are purchasing a product. But because we get paid so fast that any potential slowdown, we get discouraged. Like we get around and we're like, man, ain't nobody landed no matrix today. Ain't nobody such today. Listen, I get it. We're human. It happens, right? But what I tell you is that at any given time, and this is what difference between this and any MLM company, Let me break this down, guys. If I was even in my main company that I'm doing now, whatever I do today in my main company, if I went out there and put in 10, 20 people, I'm not going to get paid off of them until at least 14 days later. Okay. And then 14 days later, I can assure you that the 20 people would not have put a comma in my check because I know what percentage I would have made off of them. Right. In order for any opportunity that you're a part of, in order for you to win, somebody has to be bringing in new people. in your organization, down off in your organization, off in your binary, off in your unlimited major, whatever compensation plan, your unit level, there always have to be new people coming in and people buying or whatever the case may be, right? And then you'll get a percentage or whatever your volume is, or whatever the coded bonus, whatever compensation plan structure. Over here is no difference. So people are not getting paid, having to be in charge a monthly fee, right? So you don't have to worry about somebody, quitting because they get charged bill month after month. Anybody can come pick up at any given time, put in one person, and know you're gonna make either 25 or 50% off of that person that you enroll. That's so powerful. Nowhere else that you could come in for like $100 or $500 and go out there and earn thousands of dollars, over and over again. I mean, that's so rare, right? We know people that have been guilty that we done been part of opportunities where we paid a lot of money, got billed a lot of money, have a lot of products sitting around, a lot of stuff, and guess what? Ain't earned as much as we earned over here. So what I tell people is don't take it for granted because we have some amazing products. Utilize the products and services and share and go out there and earn when there's no limit to how many people that you can go out there and share this opportunity with, and to earn that with no weight, no restrictions. So like I said before, if somebody needs to say pay their rent today, or they got to pay their rent by Monday, right? You can honestly share with them. The biggest thing I used to really be discouraging for me as a leader is when people used to come to me last minute saying, I'm about to get evicted, or my car is about to get repossessed. I want to join your opportunity now and I want to make some money. And unfortunately, in my opportunity, I'm like, look, this ain't no overnight thing. Like you could get in, you could go do the work, but it got to go through payroll, it got to go through all of this before you get paid. So you may not even see a check until 3 weeks from the time that you got started today. But with this opportunity, somebody could get in, grind. We talked about network, social media, put up there and say, hey, if you're looking to earn whatever in Bitcoin, go out there and share with this handful of people that they know, and even people that they don't know, because if you do reels, it's going to share to people that you don't even know, and sign these people up and go out here and let's say they need to make $500 today. Went out there and cycled through $100 matrix twice, so got to the $500 and cycled through that once already, and they could go pay their rent tomorrow because that money is sitting in their Coinbase or their crypto wallet, and they transferred it to, let's say, their Cash App. Or if you're in Coinbase, you could direct deposit it instantly to your bank account, or you could take the Coinbase debit card and go back into your, apartment complex portal and pay your rent right then and there. And that's the power of what we have in front of us. And that's what makes this a more ideal and perfect scenario, because you can rest at night. You don't have to worry about, oh man, such coming up, I'm about to be billed, $200 a month, or oh man, I had to be at this certain level every single month. And this is a great opportunity for people to come in as an affiliate and just go out here and just earn as you go, earn as your pace. So I just wanted to just throw that out there for you. So if you want to upgrade to that level. All right, guys, I got time. Anybody got any more questions they want to go out there and add? All right, quiz y'all what y'all remember. Step 1, go to the higher levels. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say it's though frustrating because I don't know everybody's financial, say. But when I see people sitting at the $10 and $25 level, it drives me crazy to an extent, because I see them miss out on so much on my matrix, because I can see my cycles, right? So I can see people that I've told, I said, hey, go to the $500 level. And they're like, well, I don't have, what? And I see where people went to that same position I told them to go to, and has already earned over $13,000, $14,000 just by going to that position, right? Or I tell people, hey, look, man, you're right there. Go to the $100 matrix level. Why? Let me show you.
Well, Alan, I can contest to that. I just want to say, as of yesterday, you said get to the 100, and I got there.
Yes.
Not earn anything yet, but I do try to, apply and, what's being told and learn. So I follow suit with that, and I'm on Social Security. So it's not an easy task, but it is a sacrifice. But I think it will be well worth it in the end.
Absolutely. And I'm going to show you why. As leaders, guys, when I tell somebody, when I just cycle a matrix, right, I can say, hey, I just cycled my $100 matrix. And I send these text messages out. Some people get it and they oblige, some people don't. If I just cycle my $100 matrix, guys, what are the two best positions? Can somebody tell me, and I'm giving you hints anyway, what are the two best positions in somebody's matrix? Can somebody tell me?
1,000 and the 4,000.
The top two.
The top two. Not matrix level cost, but the top two.
Okay.
Position 1 and position 2. And why is position 1 and position 2 the best two spots to get in under somebody's matrix?
Because when they bring somebody else in, they're going to fall under you.
Yep, it could be potential spillover. And not only just bringing somebody in, but what's an even better reason than bringing somebody in? It's along the same lines. It's just a different way. Can somebody guess?
They follow you wherever you go. They will be in your line.
You're close. You're close. Close. All right, guys. Can somebody tell me?
Yeah, when you bring somebody in, they'll fall under them.
Yes, that's one. But I said there's something even better or stronger than that.
The person above you bring someone in, or I don't know.
Well, no. Y'all give up? Come on, I know y'all gonna be like, oh man, duh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play it out. So for you guys, let me check the chat. Make sure nobody dropped it in the chat. Okay, that was Marquise is right. All right. Last chance. Anybody can guess, or I'm just show you. All right, let me show you. So you just received a text message from me and said, hey, I just cycled my $100 matrix, right? We can all agree that the position 1 is the best position, and position 2 is the second best position to be in, right? Because the matrix fills top to bottom, left to right. So that means position 1 to get the next two spots that fill into these matrices. These spots can be filled from spillover or what else, guys? A spillover and what I like to call roll-up, right? Roll-ups, right? And what are the roll-ups, guys?
So is roll-ups when the system looks upwards to find an open spot?
Not that one, not quite. I call them roll-ups, but I may break it down so you guys may break it down a little bit differently, especially in this training. I'm just gonna say when the people that cycles follow you to your next available spot. Okay.
Right.
So I want you guys to follow me here, right? Okay. So if somebody is cycling their matrix, majority of the time it means they are doing what?
Upgrading.
Not upgrading.
Sponsoring.
Sponsoring.
Okay.
So that means that they're working their business, right? So if you have somebody that has earned 40,000, 12,000, 20,000, 30,000 in this business, it would be safe to say that their matrices are moving fast and cycling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say you guys are personally sponsored by me. Well, one of the persons that's directly sponsored is Megan, right? I just put her name out there. So let's say hypothetically you got to that first position. Megan, she cycles her matrix. Guess what she's going to fall up under?
Me.
Exactly. So now you got a builder. And that's why when I say in the beginning that the little guy can win as well as the big guy. So nowhere in any MLM space or any other opportunity that you can have a 7-figure earner roll up under you in this matrix. And what do you think she's going to do? Build out her matrix. So you 9 times out of 10, and I'm going to say this because I've seen it 1,000 times, right? Guess what? She blew out her matrix. Then another builder rolled up, right? You know, this is another one of my builders. You can have 2 builders that rolled back up under you in that spot, and you could be a little person. And now you got 2 people. And that's how a lot of people in this opportunity that went to them higher levels that just quickly upgraded and came in, they got builders that landed up under them that are just building out their business. And because they landed up under them, they got like $1,300. Like I got a person right now. She was so excited. I think she's at about $1,500 or $1,600. She's only put in one person and she's deaf. And I didn't even know she signed up. Like it's one of the people that people talk to you about opportunity. I just like, hey, here's my link and just went about my business. And I noticed I saw somebody went up to the $400 level. I mean, $500 level. I'm like, who is this person? I'm like, I seen him and I looked. I'm like, oh, no way. And I went and I messaged them. You know what I'm saying? I messaged them and they was excited. And they ended up, because they went to the $500 matrix level and they was at that position, and builders that are working the business are at them levels, right? She had 2 builders land up under her and she's earned over $1,600 right now. So there's strategies to this and we could teach them, and I can show you, but a lot of people got to be able to move. So when I see people that are sitting at around the $10 and $25 level, I'll be like, man, like I get it if that's as far as you go, but it's really hard to really build up something significant unless you're at least at the $100 level and then get to at least the $500 level. And then you could build up something very significant in this opportunity, guys. So that's what I want to get you guys to understand. There's a reason why this matrix cycles over and over, and the little guy can win as well as the big guy. And that's why you don't want to stack nobody, because if you stack somebody, guess what? That person wouldn't even be able to receive the leaders and be in the mix with everybody, because they would have been stuck under the level 2. So they couldn't be up there with the big leaders, So I want to show you guys that. So what other questions you guys have? Or anything that you guys want?
Okay, can you explain and if it's beneficial to pay it forward method that the company talks about? Like what is that about and what's your view on that?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. You got some people out here, and no pun intended for people that do, right? You got some people that don't believe in paying other people's way. I'm gonna tell you right now, that ain't the case for me. I look at it, and like I say, I hate to use the word investments. I'm not looking at it as an investment to ROI. I'm not a financial advisor, blah, 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 blah. But I look at it, I don't mind putting, some money into people. That's why I will tell people, hey, it's $10. Who knows? If somebody actually start building this business, I came out of pocket $10, right? Now, I believe in paying it forward because I don't believe somebody should sit in a matrix level, just sit. Because if you're just sitting, I got people that are sitting just like this. Just like this. I have several people in my organization that are sitting with just one person to cycle. One person. It would have been financially beneficial to make sure that they cycled to get back to my first position. Because this is what you call getting back to the fire, getting back to the person, getting back to the levels that people are moving in on, right? But they was just sitting at one position to matrix. I messaged like, hey, you only need one person to cycle your $500 matrix, or you need one person to cycle your $100 matrix, or you need one person to cycle your 50 or your 25, and they're sitting. All in all, they're missing out because my $500 matrix is going cycle, cycle, while they're still just sitting with one person. So if they would have cycled their matrix, they would at least had some type of spillover from leaders that are actually building, right? So I'm a fan of paying it forward because it keeps your matrices moving. As long as the matrices is moving, then people are feeling good that they're seeing Bitcoin hit their wallet. Now, we're really spoiled in this opportunity. I'm going to tell everybody, get your mindset right, because the other day, I think I only made like $250 or $350. And in my mind, I'm like, man, and I have to think about it. Where else could I made, I'm just going to put in even $300 sitting around in the matrix. It was off of all the $5, $10, $25 matrix. Nowhere else. Because sometimes we get spoiled, especially when we start getting them $125 payments, $250 payments, and we had a really great day. So if we get a day that we're only making like, $50, $60, $70, we get a little discouraged, right? Or if we've been 2 or 3 days since we've earned anything, we get discouraged. But look at what we've done. Guys, you've only been in this a couple of weeks. And for the people that have already earned, you wouldn't have done that in any other MLM company. You wouldn't even have gotten paid yet in any other MLM company, let alone to have what you've earned already, the potential. So this is sometimes we just got to get to the right mindset, right? And so yeah, we pay it forward, pay it forward. Think about it. If you pay it forward, you're gonna get back 25 or 50% of what you paid for it anyway. Think about it. So if you put in, let me say hypothetically $10, if they land on your level one, you get $2.50 back from the $10 you put in. If they land on your level two, you're getting back 50% of what the $10 that you paid it for it in, right? It is what it is. So just want to throw that. Hopefully
Thank
that's your
you.
question. You're welcome.
Thank you. Great answer. It really did.
So yeah, like I said, I sponsored the same people that said they wouldn't put people. I done gave people a chance, and oh man, they done paid back tenfold. Listen, I put them in the business in front of them. They went to work, But you want people that really want to go to work. You want people that really want to do it. That just need a chance to do it, because we all have had financial situations where if just giving that chance, we could go out here and just really take it to the next level. And some of the people it can. And your relationship with that person that you're sponsoring into the business, then you do it. I'm just being transparent. Then you got some people that won't respect it. That's sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, right? Then you got some people that won't respect it, and you help them out, and they won't even make a post for you, or they won't even build it for you. But that also comes with the territory as well. So you be the judge of who you personally put in based on your personal relationship. Don't be putting in somebody that's coming to you from, I hate the name drop, other countries that's saying, hey, can you sponsor me in the business? And you'll get somebody from, these countries that will try to give you fake uh, Bitcoin or fake crypto addresses so you can put the money into their personal wallet. So be careful of that. So I would definitely just focus on people that I personally know, personally got a relationship with, that's hungry, that actually want to earn in this. And then you can make the discernment on whether or not you want to do that for them or not. But yeah, I'm definitely for paying for it, pay it forward. Just get that matrix moving, because as it starts to move and people start to see, people get their belief check. When somebody get a notification that it hit their crypto wallet and they figure out they can spend it. That's why I tell people to use Coinbase. Just starting off with, like, at that point, once you start getting enough credibility, right? Then you can switch to a more secure wallet or something if you don't want to do KYC. I don't mind paying taxes. I paid taxes on my crypto last year. I'm okay with paying taxes. I don't know where people got into this notion that, oh, let's try to avoid taxes or whatever the case may be. But you're only taxed if you take it out, right? You can have a crypto wallet with millions of dollars you never pay taxes on, right? That's why it's no 10. Okay, so let me ask this, guys. The reason why it's no 1099 in Salarium is because in crypto, the crypto wallets are responsible for sending out the 1099, not the company. So if you get paid in Bitcoin, it goes to your Bitcoin wallet. And if you use crypto directly to pay for something, quote unquote, is not quote unquote tax, right? Not teaching tax advice. I'm just saying in general. It's only when you just withdraw for cash and then they'll just take whatever you earn, just like your stocks and all that stuff like that. Like if you got your stocks in your equities account, it's in there. But as soon as you sell your stock and then you take it out, then that can potentially be taxed. So you'll get a 1099B. So I'm just putting that out there for people. But at the end of the day, showing people that they can earn crypto, that's your belief level. All right, guys. Anything else you want to add or any questions?
Mr. Jones, one thing I did do I had a friend to encourage him taking action. He went and signed up, created his account, and I had him send me his Salarium address for his $10, and then I funded the account from there. So it bypassed that. I'm sending somebody that you may not trust, the direct Bitcoin. I actually had him send me his direct address, and then I funded it.
Oh, absolutely. That's the best. But I'm gonna tell you right now, just passing, as long as you know them, you're good. But you'll get these people in other countries that pull up Chat GPT and they will literally go through all wits to deceive people and make it seem like it's a screenshot from the Salarium. It's like it's funny. I had one
True,
person
true.
I told, this person was from King. I said, bro, listen. I said, as much time as you spent trying to scam on a $10 matrix level, you could have earned so much more money already. Just if you would have just joined at the timing that I was willing to pay it forward, you would have earned, tenfold, right? So, and I mean, like I say, guys, people you personally know, we're talking about $10. I mean, I'm not stressing over $10. That's just me personally, right? I never been a person that's stressed out over because I personally believe that I'm blessed because of my willingness to give and to help others. So I feel like the more that I give, the more that I get in return. And I'll give just to be giving out the kindness, and so when I look at that, it's not a problem. I didn't get to, $41,000 by not helping a lot of people make a lot of money and creating a lot of spillover along the way, right? It just that 41,000, just imagine that's 41,000 went to me, but imagine how much in total is probably hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands that went to other people. Is an organization off of 40, that's just how it works. Because remember, people are getting paid. I'm getting 25%, somebody's getting 50%. When I'm getting 50%, somebody's getting 25%. That's a fact, right? Because I'm up under somebody and somebody's up under me. So nevertheless, 75% is getting paid out every single time, something like this, happens. So, I've helped people make a lot of money. People help me make a lot of money, and teamwork makes the dream work. And together, everyone achieves more. So that's how this works, guys. But what other questions you guys have for me? And I appreciate it because, guys, for the ones that was on early and the ones that came late, I was about to shut this training down. We had like 4 people on and wasn't nobody interacting. This training was about to be done. But I'm glad you guys stepped up and engaged because I'm willing to sacrifice on a Saturday. I remember everything we do, guys. I'm just like, man, I'm just like you guys. I don't work for corporate. You know, I met Steve this year, great individual, great guy. So I'm just like each and every single one of you. Everybody on the Zoom can out earn me just because I'm at 41,000. Don't think that I can't be out earned. I didn't start this company in the beginning. I came in a month after. I think this company was already around 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks by the time I got here. Right. So that means that people had over a month before I got here, before I ended up becoming the top income earner in this company, because I saw it and I seen it and I went to work, meaning I jumped up to the higher levels, went as wide as I could, didn't stack people, didn't create all these multiple accounts. I just knew what it took because I learned, from my prior experience to something similar. And like I said, I couldn't even imagine if I would have got started, you know, 5 weeks, prior to me getting started, right? Like, so we're all the second wave of this company still in soft launch. So just keep that in mind. So anybody coming in or somebody that you put in can pass you up, right? And you want to. I mean, they literally can. Anybody you put in this opportunity can pass up anybody at even any given time. And that's the beauty of this type of program. It's going to reward the people that are actually working and building the business and reward the people that are working together as teams. All right, guys. What other question you guys have?
I don't have a question, but I do want to say I do appreciate you taking the time explaining all this stuff.
Hey, not a problem. And what we're building out, man. Okay, so we're building out this community, right? Like y'all don't understand. This is another thing. We're building out a community for you guys, a team community page, the new Wall Street community page, right? What happened is in there we're gonna have modules, videos, recordings, calendars to keep you guys up to date, the community chat. You'll have videos, how to. You also have access to getting your funnels, depending on what matrix level. You may get a funnel, you may get this that's already built out for you guys that we'll just drop into your Salarium DH Media site. So y'all about to get so much to help you guys build. And that stuff first off, it ain't free. We paying VAs and times and other people to help us work on it. We're gonna at least have some version of it ready by Monday, right, to plug you guys into. And so why do we do that? Well, one, we know that in order for you guys to really have some success for a lot of people, that you're going to have your systems, right? System stands for save yourself time, effort, and money. So once you have these systems and tools available to you, then you could better go out here and promote and build. Like imagine sharing your funnel And now your funnel is doing the heavy lifting for you. They're showing the video, they're directing people to the webinar, they're sending emails to follow up, and this is going to be yours. So this is going once it enters into your DH Salarium / DH Media account, that's your funnel. You can swap out the pictures, swap out the videos, edit it, make it your own. But these are things that we've been doing for you guys behind the scenes, and it takes money. Trust, it takes money, right? Nothing is free. So, but we're doing it so that we can all win together. So for the ones that stick with us and hang around with us, and understand the journey, it's gonna get even better as well. So then you can learn how to do like targeting and trafficking, target traffic, all this stuff that can help you guys go out here and build and share on social media. Like we got the capabilities to set up to where you could take your funnel. You could even go to ChatGPT and say, hey, create me a post, set it up, hook it up to all your social media, and schedule out your post for the month. That's back there that's what we have access to, right? So we're going to build it out. We're already working on it. And then we're going to introduce it to everybody. Hopefully on Monday, we can start getting people channeled over there. And in the community, guys, there's no limit to how many people we can have in the community as well. So we're not even close to remotely being in momentum yet. When we get to over 100,000 plus reps in this opportunity, we had like 12, 13,000 now. Just imagine that's like tenfold. So imagine your income going up by times 10 or more where you at. So that's why you want to get to higher levels, because when we go in momentum, you're going to 10x. So me being at 40,000, I'm going to be at 400,000 when we go into momentum. And that's a fact, right? And so that's why I can sit back, because I've been in these situations before, and I can sit back no matter what and stick with the program, because it only works if you quit. Everybody in this entire opportunity right now on my team can quit this business and say, hey, Al, you know what? I'm done. I'm walking away. I'm not going to do it anymore. Okay, guess what? I can start out with one person. I'm already up to the $4,000 matrix, and go out there and build it up again in the next 4 weeks of brand new people that have never heard about this opportunity. They want to go out there to earn income. And that's just a fact. So guys, never get discouraged about anybody on your team, or whether on how fast they're working or how fast they're building it, and et cetera. Because remember, you're the most important person on your team. You always know that you can go out there and sign up somebody brand new and earn 25 to 50%. That's why I keep saying it, because I want it to really install in your mind. Just keep bringing in new blood. And then the people that are in, they could pick up wherever they left off at any given time and go to work and start building it. So just want to throw it out there. All right, guys. Any more questions or anything anybody want to add? Anything? You can unmute, raise your hand. All right, perfect. So what I'm gonna say is I appreciate everybody even staying on this training this long. I will put up the recording. Yeah, I'm gonna edit the beginning, of course. But what I will say this, guys, we're doing this over the summertime. Can somebody tell me what typically happens in our industry for our veterans, or anybody, or in pretty much any industry except, the moving industry, right? What happens over the summer in most industries, guys? Can somebody tell me?
It slows down.
It slows down. Guys, we're doing this in the slowest period of time in our industry, in the affiliate / network marketing / MLM space, right? This is the slowest time to build anything. Most people's businesses are coming to a snail pace around this time. So the fact that we're earning money through the summertime is amazing. Why? Because people are busy. Man, kids is in AAU basketball. Man, they're traveling. It is a lot. They're at home. They're juggling this. And the last thing they got time for is to look at an opportunity. They're trying to move because they need to move before the school starts. It's a lot of things going on. And at the same token, guys, when does the industry speeds back up? When is one of the best times to the industry start to speed back up? Can somebody answer that question?
Right after Labor Day.
Right after Labor Day. Yep. So people going back to school. They got extracurricular things. They like, oh shoot, this track cost, this kid's football cost. Oh, I need to make some extra money. I need to such and such. And then they goes into, and then it slows down again around Christmas time, and then it picks right back up for the new year because everybody's like, my new year resolution is to lose weight and make more money and all the above, right? So just understanding this is still, that's why I'm not, my mindset is a little bit different because I'm like, man, to do this during the summertime, because I know as soon as we come out of summer, going into, like you said, after Labor Day, things is going to just really explode. So if we can have some crazy momentum in the summertime, we already know what we're looking forward to. Man, this people is going to be, life is going to be changed. They're going to make the most money they've ever made in an opportunity, maybe all in all, because we had people in the last opportunity make the most money they've ever made in their life in one even given time. So just wanted to put that out there. Dagan, I see that your hand raised. You can unmute yourself.
Hi everybody. I hope everyone doing good. I have a question.
Sure.
What about if we invite for the level 1 more than 2? It is beneficial for level 1 or put them down on, spread them down the bottom to the next levels?
So the matrix in itself automatically creates spillover for you. So you just keep sponsoring people, and your matrix is going to automatically be forced. That's why we call it a forced matrix, to spill over up under people to cycle your matrix. You never want to stack people. You never want to give people away. Everybody should always be direct to you. If this is a person that you introduce to the business, they need to sign up directly under your link, not up under somebody that you're trying to help, right? You're going to help them out by default just by signing them up under you, because then they could get the spillover from that person. But do not sign them up direct to that person. That person needs to be direct to you. So you want to keep going out there signing up people. In fact, if I was to come to, if I come over here and take a look at my site, I've signed up 93 people personally direct to me. 93 people.
Uh-huh.
That means I'm not giving away nobody that's personal direct to me. So 93 people, but people are benefited from my spillover.
Oh. So then I will sign them under my account and then I will force all of them.
Yeah, so you sign up under your account, right? So you sign up under your account, okay? And whenever you sign up under your account, you just start putting in people. The matrix automatically knows what to do. So when you sign up people, your first person to go into the first position, like you see here. Your second person is going to go to the second position you see here. Your third person, your fourth person, your fifth person, your sixth person, and then it starts all over. Then this could be your seventh person, your eighth person, ninth person, 10th, 11th, 12th, and so forth. It would just keep filling out your matrix as you keep enrolling people.
Okay, so another question in that point. The people that I didn't know this, so I put the people under another people, so they are still on my team counting on me or count under me?
So you say when you said you brought them in, you let them sign up under somebody else?
Like, for example, I have in level 2, like you put Shag and Amy. So I put someone under Shag and I put someone's under Amy and like this, but not
Okay.
direct on my account.
So you're not going to get anything off of them, right? Because they're outside of your matrix. So you just missed out on, who knows, thousands of dollars. We don't know what they're going to do, right? You eliminate yourself to earn, the 25 or 50% under them. And then whoever you put them under, so let's say Shaq and Amy, right? So let's say they're under Shaq and they're under Amy, right? So now if they will always be stuck outside. You would never earn anything off of them. They will always be stuck outside of your level 2.
Oh, I wish if I knew that before. Thank you so much anyways. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. And guys, that's what I was saying earlier in the training today. Do not give away, do not stack, because you only hurt yourself and you also hurt your sponsor, right? And then you also hurt the person that you put up under them people, because if these people are not even builders, then they will forever be stuck under them, making them money. Can you imagine? They're making Shaq hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, and Shaq is not even putting nobody in. He's just, the people that's up under him just keep earning and earning and earning, and Shaq just keeps moving through the matrix, earning off of other people's efforts, right? I've seen it. for. I mean, I've seen a person earn up to $70,000 without putting in a single person, right? So trust me, you don't want to stack up under nobody. Like, don't do it. You don't have to. I would rather pay for somebody to get in that person personally knows. And that's why I do some promos sometimes and say, hey, your next 4 people, I will cover their $10 spot. Not me give you my next 4 people. That would never happen, right? But I will help you sponsor your first 4 people and pay it forward to help you get started. Guys, does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Because if somebody's joining me and they know that I'm a builder, they're joining me. Not only are they joining to work with me, but they also want to benefit from me, right? From my spillover. It's only naturally right? And then they also want to benefit from the people that I was able to sign up for, people like Megan and other people like that has these big leaders up under them that they never would have had up under them, right? If they didn't join directly to me, So we all work together, just like Megan can get spillover from me, right? And so it's just vice versa, and it cycles through. And so I'm gonna show you guys. I'm just gonna show you real quick on how this works. I want you guys to see this. So I'm gonna go to completed centers. I'm gonna pull up the $10 matrix. I'm just gonna show you firsthand. So these are the completed matrices, right? These are my first people in my opportunity. Okay. So you can see people, Daily Cash, Diamond, Boss Lady, etc. Right. So you can see as people start to come into the business, you can see it looks different. And so I'm saying going wide, different people, right? But then you're gonna start seeing some changes, So for example, let's see. Okay, I'll show you. So keep going. Now you'll start to see people coming into the organization. Now, as it starts to build and people starts to cycle through, right? You're gonna start seeing people start to really cycle. Okay. Now, for example, let me get down a little bit. Now, this person right here, I'm gonna show you. Like this person was Boss Lady, right? Boss Lady cycled, so she was at my level 2 when she got started. She cycled. She ended up at my level 1. Okay. KD Billionaire cycled. He came up under Boss Lady. If I would have stacked, let's say KD Billionaire outside of put him up into here, he wouldn't have never even been able to cycle back on the second level, right? But because they're me, they're gonna either follow my first or second level as they cycle and come back to me, right? Then as it's still building, Boss Lady, she cycled, she popped under here. So somebody got to receive something from a person that's building, right? Same thing, KD was billionaire cycled, he popped up under here, right? Now, look at this. This person came in and cycled so fast that they popped up here and popped back up on my matrix twice. Because when they cycled, they had to go to the next available spot, and it was here. So you can see that through as people are coming in, and I'm putting people in the opportunity as they're building, right? So then like Legend came in, right? And you'll see power trends. You'll see how these people start building. So when Legend came in, she was at the top, and I know who that is, right? Then guess what? She ended up being up under this person. So this person had a huge builder up under them, right? And because of that, huge builder, 2 big builders. Remember Boss Lady? She was a builder, and Legend was a builder. This person cycled and came up under here, right? So that's how it interacts and works, right? So as you see that GLS person, somebody up in here benefited from that person. He cycled, he popped right back up on the top. Legend popped back up again because they're builders, right? So as they're building, you can see them popping back up. Legend again, just trying to point out some people. Legend, because they building so fast, pop up. Top deal may not know who Legend is, but it's a 7-figure earner building. Wealth Trend right out a 7-figure earner building, So you can see it, Legend, KD Billionaire, popping up under people. So I just want to throw that out there. Okay, guys, I see some hands raised. All right, Dagan was first. I think Dagan was first if you still had a question or you maybe didn't lower your hand. So I want to make sure that you raise your hand again or you got another question.
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
Okay, just make sure. All right. All right, Susan.
Yes, Alan, here's my question. You were kind of instrumental with a few people in Nigeria. They came in I'm not sure on what level, through some other people within our group. And I found out today that he registered 71 people and he stacked them. And I said, well, why did you do that? He goes, oh, I spoke to Gigi, and then she spoke to Colson, and then I found out from CJ I wasn't supposed to do that. How does he correct that? Obviously, he's already made a huge mistake. But moving forward, is he able to somehow correct his matrix by bringing like another 100 people front level to him?
So let's do this real quick. So technically, no, right? But we'll take that offline to see if there's anything that could be done in that scenario, because he's hurting. I mean, he's really hurting people by doing that, because if people are not builders, right, then they're being stuck. So let's take a look. If I took Legend, look how many times Legend is cycling. It already cycled like on every one of my matrix, right? You know? So, I mean, you see that, guys, cycling. Let's say if I was to give away Legend and I put them, outside of my matrix, I wouldn't even be earning off a Legend. And whoever that I put them under may not even be building a business, and they'll be earning all these different cycles off of that person. They whole matrix can be shaped of just it could be like this. It could be the person I put Legend up under. It could be Legend, boom, boom, Legend again, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? New matrix, Legend again, boom, boom, Legend again. And they can just be sitting up there just earning off of that person without doing no efforts, because I gave that person away. And it's unfair for all the people that have the ability, like this person, to earn off a Legend, or, it's just one of them situations, guys. And I'm telling you, like this person, where is it at? This person right here had two builders that landed up under him, Legend and a visual, and guess what? They cycled their matrix and popped up again. I can tell you this person haven't put in anybody just yet, Like Legend popped up again, KD billionaire. So you can see that people that's building Legend again, top five. You can see kind of like the same people that's really building these things out, that's going through in the matrix and as they're building. So I just wanted to throw that out there, guys. So, some people build fast, like Cow's Money, boom, boom, boom. Some people that come in and build quicker, build faster. And I just wanted to point that out there to you guys, because, yeah, this is why people are benefiting as people cycling through the matrices.
And it's pretty simple. It's literally every 6 people you continue to cycle, and as you grow your front level, which is awesome. Well, if we can do something off air, Alan, with the gentleman that has the 71 people, and see how we can not just correct it, but just educate him on the proper way to do it. And there might be a small language barrier because he's Nigerian. So I'll call you after this call. Thank you so much.
Oh, perfect. And guys, remember, the wider you go, the more likelihood of 6 people out of the 70 something people that he had personally, sponsored, they're going to be cycling their matrix and cycling back to you on some level, some way, somehow, right? And so that's what happens. Like somebody come back Legend, and guess what? I put in 2 people. It fell up under Legend. She's still building. KD billionaire, top 5 lifestyle. Like you start to see the people, and you start to recognize the T bigger, the top 5 lifestyle. We know, I can look at my organization, see who's working a business, who not. But what I'm saying is that it works in and out throughout as people start to build and it starts to grow. So I just want to just point that out there. All right. You guys got any other questions or anything you guys want to add? Am I making sense to everybody?
Oh, yes. Yes, you are.
All right. Perfect. Thank you, Mary. So that's what I'm saying. So let the matrix do exactly what the matrix is supposed to do. Our job is just to keep feeding the matrix. That's all we're supposed to be doing, is feeding the matrix. We're putting in new people, and they're going to land whatever they land, right? But every so often, if you get a message, if you want to encourage your team, right, and you just cycle a matrix, you tell them, say, hey, I just cycled my $100 matrix. I just cycled my $50 matrix. I just cycled my $25 matrix, and my top 2 spots are open. So if you upgrade to the next level, or if they're already at that level, if you hurry up and, cycle your matrix, you can get to that next level. And guess what? They can, right? So for example, and I'm gonna show you, like it's already got filled up today. So For example, I'm going to show you guys real quick. I tell somebody today, like, hey, I got a top spot at the 500. Well, first off, guys, let me quiz you again. To make $125, what level and what matrix did somebody have to come in on?
On the $100?
No, you can't get nope, because you only earn 25 and 50% of a
50.
You say what?
500. I mean,
500. Okay. You only earn 25 and 50%. 25% on your first level, 50% on your second level. So what level did this person come in on?
And how much did you earn?
125. Can you see my screen?
125.
So what
25, well, it was the $500 level if you got 25%.
Right.
First level.
So, first level. There you go. First level. So first level, how many spots do we have on the first level?
Two.
Two. So when I was telling some people, I'd say, hey, I got a top spot because I just cycled my $500 level. So I can say, hey, I got a top spot on my $500 level matrix, right? So let me show you. So I could come down here and I could take a look at the $500 level, right? So now I can sit and I look at some of the people that I've cycled through on the $500 level. And I say, man, I'm looking through here and I'm like, okay, who can I get to get on these levels? So I look at the person's matrix level and I may be like, hey, you got two people that you need to cycle through this matrix, right? For them to cycle their matrix. I may look at somebody else and may be like, this person got two people to cycle through their matrix, right? I may look at somebody else and be like, this person got one person to cycle. And when they cycle, where are they going to go, guys?
On your first level.
On my first level of what?
The 500.
500. So potentially they could have went to my first level of my $500 matrix, right? Because, like, for example, if this person would have cycled today, they could have went to my first level of my $500 matrix, right? So I can take a look at people's matrices and I can see where they at when it comes down to that $5 level. So I can be like, hey, you only got XYZ that you need to really get to that level in order to build out to get there, right? So you see like two people, several people, just two people with one people, right? So that's how you go through and be able to take a look at that, right? So when I take a look at the matrix levels, right? And I can look at my $500 level, so my $10 open, right? I can say, hey, look, my $500 matrix level, the top two got filled. Y'all see that? So the top two matrix levels got filled. So now anybody landing in my $500 matrix going forward is going to be in my level 2. So potentially people missed the chance to be in my level 1, and especially my first position, because that person sitting in the first position of my $500 matrix, as soon as somebody cycle, we've seen that several people are close to cycling, or somebody upgrade to the $500 level, or I saw somebody new at the $500 level, that person can potentially get spillover, or they could go out here and do it on their own. But I just want to point that out so you guys can kind of take a look and kind of look where people are at and just kind of motivate people. Like, hey, look, and that's why you want to cycle first. That's why you want to get back to the position first, right? So I just want to throw that out there. All right, guys. Any other question anybody may have? And I'm hoping it all makes sense to everybody as they're building this or building out their matrix. So just remember, I have a sponsor and I want to get back to the top of his matrix. So every time I cycle, I'm landing in his next available spot. And I'm getting people that I don't know that's landing up under me. It's like I'm pretty sure that person that I just earned $500 off of today could have been spillover from my sponsor. So just throwing it out there. All right, Rose, I've seen that you unmuted yourself. You go ahead and add anything that you want to add.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. Anything else that anybody want to add or ask or anything right now?
I do have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I have 1 week right now. This program, like somebody, you never get people behind you, like you're not gonna get anything, right? Because I'm still new. I have one week in it.
So first off, let me just say welcome. And this is not an RI program. So this is a program where you do need to refer people in order to earn, right? To secure that you earn. Now, there is a chance that you could potentially get spillover, but one, spillover is not guaranteed, right? And we don't want to depend on spillover because we don't know how long it could take. All right. But what we do know is that anybody that you personally enroll into this opportunity, that sign up on your link and activate a package, you're going to earn 25 to 50%. And if you teach them to do the same thing, you can cycle through your matrix. And as you cycle through your matrices, you will also earn as people fill up your matrix level on people you personally sponsor and even people that you did not personally sponsor. So that's how this program works. It's a referral based program. And so we're an affiliate and they're selling digital packages to people to build out and to grow their business, whether they had a landscaping business, whether they've had an insurance business, health and wellness business, real estate business. It doesn't matter. We have tools and services that can help them grow their business. So that's what we do here. So we have the ability to go out there in our affiliate program and to earn Bitcoin by referring others to the products and services that we have. And what we're doing now is just going over ways that we can maximize our Bitcoin earnings with strategy as we're selling and marketing this product that we have for Salarium/DH Media. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, I guess we'll take one or two more questions. You guys have been on here long enough. I know you guys are hungry for training, and that's why we're going to do some of these training stuff on Saturdays. I like open forum, and I like participation. So, that way we could get people really plugged in so they can go out and build it. Like I said, if it was me right now, I'd be messaging people that if I know them on a personal level, I'd be hitting them up on a personal level and say, hey, look, I've earned $100. I earned $50. I've earned $1,000. I've earned this in this program, and this is what I did. Right, guys, y'all know the temperament of the people that you're approaching. If you got somebody that want to go out here and they like a shark and they like, look, I want to go out here and earn Bitcoin. Guess what? You can show them, and they could go out here. There's no limit to how many people that they can go out here and make a digital product sell and earn Bitcoin. You may have people that need to use the products because they may have a restaurant or they may want to go in and open up a t-shirt business or accessories, or they may have a barbershop or a salon and they've been needing to get their sites. Hey, look, I have a way that you could go out there and build your sites with digital tools way cheaper than if you was to go out there and do it, on your own. However you want to market this business, right? If you got people that are already in the MLM space and they have teams, hey, I have tools and services that you could get set up with your teams that they can land landing pages and different things that they grow and build their organization. Whatever the reason it is, right? We have that for you here. But you want to go out there and tell people so that they can have the ability to get in front of the information and then plug them in on the Zoom. All right, Dagan, I see your hand raised. You heard me. Dagan, you can go ahead. If you're talking, you're muted, so you have to unmute yourself again. Okay. Anybody else got anything they want to add or any questions that they want to add as well too? All right. So with that being said, guys, take this information that you learn about this matrix, learn how you can maximize. Keep in mind, notice, I done said this probably like 20, 30 times. You earn 25 to 50%. That's encouragement enough to want to go ahead and enroll somebody new, because I know that if I enroll somebody on my link, I'm going to earn. So if I wasn't at the 500, I would get to the 500 and enroll somebody up to the 500. If I was at 1,000, I give somebody to 1,000 and roll somebody up to the 1,000 and teach them to do the same thing. You know, if I wasn't at the 50, I would definitely get to the 50. I mean, everybody on this Zoom today should at least, if you got it financially, get to at least the $100 level. And if you're at the $100 level, if you have it, get to the $500 level. Watch what changes then for you when you get to the higher levels as you're going and building. Okay.
Quick question.
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Do you will there be a recording of the Zoom that we can get? Because I came in late.
It's not a problem. I record it. It's a long one, but I'll put it out there this Saturday. I mean, we just shooting around, just doing some little strategy and training. And so, but I'll definitely record it. Everybody wanted, so I'll record it. Okay, I'll give it to you guys. It's gonna take us a couple hours because we got to, upload in the clouds. Okay. But I got you.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Anything else anybody want to add before we close out of here? All right, so do this, guys. And these are the last couple of things little tidbits that I'm gonna give you guys before we jump out of here. First things first, participation. I cannot express to you the top income earners are the ones that participate the most, right? They're the ones that are the most active. They're the ones that are most plugged in. They're the ones that if somebody say good morning, it takes nothing but 1 second to comment or reply to them and say, hey, good morning, all right? Saying it back, engagement, right? The more you're engaged, the more you're plugged in, it puts yourself in position to learn while you earn, right? And notice success comes with action. So the people that are doing more actions are the people that have the most success. We don't want to get to the point that we get so dulled down, right? That we feel like it's okay to look at somebody saying good morning in a message and just like go about our everyday life, right? See, we got to understand that we're in a situation that when the water rises, all boats float. We all benefit from each and every person's efforts. That same good morning text message that you replied to could have been the same person that is sitting right above you that could go out there and get 2 people that you could earn on, right? You don't know. Or it could be one of the persons that's sitting right below you that went out there and got 2 people that you can earn on. Because remember, if you're personally sponsored by me or even somewhat, some of these people on this very Zoom could be sitting above and below you. So you want to encourage these people to go out there and build as well as yourself to go out there and build. When there's Zooms, we don't expect you to make every Zoom, but if you could jump on a Zoom, just to show your presence that you are on the Zoom because that's power in numbers, right? Even if you're not even listening to the Zoom, jump on the Zoom. Guess what? When it's a corporate Zoom or a training Zoom or something, I try to jump on, right? And guess what? I'm in the kitchen cooking. I'm doing what I got to do. But at least I'm showing a presence of somebody being on there. So that way when people can plug in and see that, oh, okay, there's people that are also involved in the company as well, too. Step 3, actually take some time to listen to a Zoom over and over again or or look at a PowerPoint so that you can make sure that you understand it because there is power behind earning while you're learning. And then, of course, the more you learn, the more you earn because of some of the strategies that I gave you guys. Man, some people take it and they're going to run with it. And you can come up with some of your own strategy. And I gave you guys the sauce of what not to do. Keyword, I gave you guys the sauce of what not to do to go out here to earn your own 40,000. Because remember, all we're doing is repetition. People are filling up a matrix over and over again. There are hungrier people than yourself that you can introduce this to. You could find another Megan. You can find another Alan. You can find another one of these leaders in here that come into your organization and it can be life-changing. Like it can truly be life-changing, but they're only going to happen is that you're sharing this opportunity and understanding. I love it that we got a 50% chance on whoever we talk to on them joining the business. If I'm talking to somebody about this opportunity or sharing this opportunity, they can either tell me 1 or 2 things, yes or no. That's fine. I love them numbers games, right? I can go talk to 100 people. And if out of them 100 people, 10 people say yes, that's 10 brand new people that are in my organization. And we know what 10 people can do in this matrix, right? And them other 90 people, guess what? They may be not right now. They may come back later on. But as long as you're still sharing, guess what? You still have an opportunity to win. You only lose in the game whenever you stop. When you stop sharing, when you stop plugging in, when you stop building it, when you stop believing, that's what happens. But as long as you keep going out there and keep building this thing regardless, because I tell people all the time, what else? could you be doing to create extra income the way that you can with this? Like, what else could I went out there and did to earn $41,000 in 4 weeks sitting on my butt? Like, literally, what else could I have done that? I couldn't have done it even in the main opportunity, the main MLM company I'm part of. I couldn't have done that in 4 weeks. Ain't no way. And the only way I could have did it would have been something, I can't even put it this way. I can't even fathom even how to even position or earn something like that in 4 weeks in traditional MLM companies, right? So remember, this is in addition to what you already got going on full time. So if you're already working at full time, you're already working at full time. You know, if you're doing something already part time, this is part time spare time in the meantime, but it can pay you like a full time. Nobody's telling you to quit your job. Nobody's telling you to quit your main business. Nobody's telling you to do any of that stuff. In fact, utilize the tools to enhance and build what you've already been working on anyway. So if you have a side business or you have something else that you're trying to get started, you got the tools and services you need to build and develop your website, plus earn some additional income that you might need to pay somebody to help get you to where you need or buy products that you need. Everything costs nowadays. So just want you guys to keep that in mind when you're building this. This is a great way to create some extra income. You're an affiliate. You're an affiliate that has a product that you can go out there and refer to somebody at any given time and earn some Bitcoin. That's it. There's no stress behind it. You're running your own race. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. You don't worry about your own lane. And at the end of the day, you look up in this thing, you be like, man, you know, if it took you, you know, to the end of the year to get to 41,000, would it be worth it? You know, if it took you 12 months to get to 41,000, would it be worth it? Absolutely. Because that's in addition to it. So if somebody tell me I can do an opportunity in 12 months, I'm gonna have 41,000 sitting in the bank account. Hey, sign me up. That's a down payment on a home. That's paying off your car. That's paying off some debt. You know, that's a rainy day fund. 80% of people don't even have $1,000 in their savings account. That's just facts, guys. So I would just like to put things into reality and put things into perspective that a lot of you guys on this Zoom have already earned hundreds and some earned thousands of dollars already in a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. Some people have just been in a week, right? That you are already beating out a majority of the Americans that don't even have $1,000 sitting in the savings account. That would love something like this that they could get out here and earn. So just don't take it for granted. Don't get discouraged. Stay plugged in, guys, and we'll make this all the way to the top. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody jumping out on a Saturday. I will get this training up for everybody, and then we'll do it again. I'll answer questions. You know, I don't like to be on training calls long because I want to make sure y'all stay engaged. But we'll do it again next Saturday, and we'll just have a place where we can sit and hang out and just ask each other's questions, be transparent with each other. And that's what I show you guys. I'm transparent. That's why I show you my back office. I show you exactly where I started from. I show you where we're going because my family is just as important as your family. You know, understanding we're in business for ourselves, but we don't have to be by ourselves. At the end of the day, guys, we can all go out here and do it. There ain't no difference between any of us. It's just the effort, time, and work that's being put in and the dedication and the consistency that gets us to where we're at now. So with that being said, guys, enjoy your Saturday.